Hey, so whoever who's listening, this is me. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Nandini Gupta. I have prepared for UPSC. I've prepared for NEET. But while preparing for NEET, I had a dream that I will become a doctor and I'll become a gynecologist and work in a hospital and this and that. And it's a child's dream. Be it NEET, IIT, be it any dream like a kid who's just graduated from 12th standard has. It was hard when I couldn't. I cleared the exam, but I couldn't get a college because private colleges' fees were really skyrocketing back then, and I didn't want to. I didn't want my parents to have that kind of monetary or financial pressure. So I got into college, did my graduation, had this had this ridiculous dream of preparing for UPSC. Prepared for 5 years, several attempts. I just missed the cutoff every time. So when in the last attempt, I thought that okay, this is going to be it. This is me taking a pause, just focusing on something else for the bit, because it takes a toll on you. It's not talked about a lot that what those several years of preparation does to a person. Yeah, it frames you, it changes you. Yes, all of that is true because you're growing, you are challenging yourself, you are dealing with the uncertain things, and it's life. Everything happens and things happen, and every day is a challenge at times. So yeah, you do grow. You do get that confidence that okay, this is me finally being an adult and I am going in the right direction. Like whatever I'm becoming is a better person. What I'm becoming is a better person. But if it doesn't solidifies into something, it does break your heart a bit. Because every time that expectations, even though you try to fight it, that okay, I'm not going to expect anything, I'm just going to put in the efforts, there is this tiny hope, this tiny little voice inside you that gives you that hope, that makes you dream of life if things figure out. And when they don't, and you're completely lost, completely utter blank about what your life is going to be now, that is a challenge that not many people talk about. Because yeah, everybody knows who cleared the exam or what topper got which rank or which service they are going to choose, and the aspirants that are preparing always dream of those people. But not many people talk about what happens to the rest of the students who don't, what their life is going to be. Apart from civil services, what can they do? Or what goes in their mind when they had a dream, they dreamt of a life and it didn't work out? How lost and what feelings you feel at that point? I think it's something that should be addressed and should be talked about way more than it is already being done. Because you do feel lost. No matter whatever people say that, oh, you didn't fail, you grew and you had different tons of experience, and having that attempt matters. That okay, you took that decision. Taking a decision matters, putting in the efforts matter. Result is not in your hands, so it doesn't matter whatever the result is. You need to be strong, dust yourself up and stand back up. But it's not that easy, is it? Building yourself up all over again is not easy, because suddenly like this fog lifts that okay, this isn't happening, now what am I supposed to do? And that is a battle that you can't share that with somebody, and they can't help you with that most of the times, because every person has different take on their battles or how they suffer after giving up on that. So even if somebody gathers up the courage to talk, it can't be solved. It's not a problem, it's not an issue that can be resolved. You have to sit through it. It's like a trauma that you have to pass through that. You have to almost relive it to actually get over it. That's what makes things better finally. Slowly and steadily, very slowly and steadily, you will realize that there is so much more to life. If that one thing didn't fall through, you're not a failure. If you just look back and realize that what kind of person started that journey, or what version of you started that journey, is not that version anymore. You're not that person anymore after that journey is finished, or you took a pause, or whatever you did. But then something happens and you get reminded of that entire thing, of those hopes, those beliefs, those efforts, that little tiny voice in your head that always reminds you that it is a failure, until it reaps some rewards, until it makes some sense that okay, UPSC didn't happen because of this reason, or this exam didn't happen because of this reason, because something way better is meant to happen. Then it makes sense that okay, UPSC was a journey that I had to travel to become this person, which will eventually reach some place and will succeed in some area in which I will thrive because I had this experience. But until that happens, what do we do? Like, how do we silence that voice in our head? Then you try several stuff, but you don't reach where you expected yourself to be, because after having such a vivid or such a lovely dream, you can't just settle down for anything. Yeah, you have to work, you have to live, you have to work stuff out, but that becomes just so much harder, because what you dreamt was so close. It felt like it was almost real, and then it just goes away. So you have to put yourself back together and prep yourself up all over again, find some other battles, try to figure out what to do now. But things have to work out. They have to work out, because as it said that God has put that vision in you for a reason. If you have dreamt of a life of some achievement, you are going to get it. The dream has been put in you for that reason, because a version of you in the future has all of those stuff. So it has to work out. I would not accept it any other way. This is my life. Like it said, if you don't like the ending, change it. It's your life. So I am going to put myself out there, no matter. Hope that this new beginning brings happiness with it, brings some sense of achievement with it as well, because I really need that right now. This is me, and this is a new beginning with the girl who's starting to build a belief.